I want to show you something. This week on TikTok, a video went viral telling people that if you mix chia seeds, lemon juice, and water and drink it first thing in the morning, it will heal your gut. And it has 4 million views. Now, I want to be careful with how I say this because I don't want to discount anyone's experience, but videos like these can actually do more harm than good. Not because the intention is bad. I believe that most people sharing content like this genuinely want to help, but the gut is incredibly complex, and some of these trends tend to oversimplify things to the point where they can not only create false hope, but can be extremely misleading. And as a clinician that has worked with hundreds of patients, I can say with full confidence that you are not gonna heal your gut based off of information that you learn in a 15-second video. Hi, I'm Lauren Grace, acupuncturist, integrative medicine physician, and co-founder of Healus. And today I'm gonna discuss the 5 most viral gut health trends I'm seeing right now, and I'm gonna give you the exact science behind it so that you don't get misled by these trends. Now, this first trend that I just mentioned is being referred to as the internal shower. And basically the claim here is that if you mix chia seeds, lemon juice, and water and you drink it first thing in the morning, it will essentially cleanse your system, fix your bloating, and heal your gut. Now, I love chia seeds. Chia seeds are great. I'm not sure why they added the lemon juice in here because that's literally going to do nothing, but chia seeds are a great source of soluble fiber, and they are super easy to add into a smoothie or water, or you can make some yummy chia pudding with it. But the claim that they will fix your gut is a bit of a stretch. What chia seeds will help with is your fiber intake, which is super important for regularity and for feeding your gut microbiome. Fiber in general from a variety of sources is foundational for gut health. Fiber will only get you so far. Fiber is not going to magically lower inflammation in the gut, and it's not going to repair the gut lining. And you have to be careful with fiber. If your gut is already compromised, adding too much fiber too fast can actually make your symptoms worse. And this is especially true if you have a condition like IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, or SIBO. You do want fiber, and chia seeds are a great source of fiber, but you want to slowly increase your intake. And this is why videos like this are tricky, because yes, fiber is good for your gut, but it's not a cure-all. And in a lot of cases, you really need to focus on doing things to help lower the inflammation in your gut before your body can even handle this amount of fiber. Otherwise, drinking something like this first thing in the morning may create some pretty uncomfortable symptoms for you throughout the day. So chia seeds can absolutely be part of a healthy diet, but increasing fiber is just really one piece of the puzzle when it comes to gut health, and one that should be taken rather slowly. Now, this next claim has persisted for a while, and this is the idea that probiotics fix everything. And to this I say, if probiotics fixed everything, you wouldn't be watching this video. Now, the idea behind probiotics was great. We know that good bacteria is good for your gut, so let's just take some more of it. It sounds really good in theory, but the reality and the science tell a different story. So let's talk about how probiotics actually work. For one, if you have a probiotic that's actually active to begin with, which a lot of the probiotics sitting on the shelf are not even active, first it has to make it through your stomach acid, and a lot of it's not going to make it through stomach acid, so you're definitely going to lose some. Then whatever you have left of that probiotic has to make it to the colon, where it may or may not be accepted by your microbiome. And this is really the misconception when it comes to probiotics. Just because it is good bacteria doesn't mean your microbiome is going to welcome it with open arms. In fact, the majority of the time, the microbiome rejects it and the bacteria is just flushed through your system. Now, say you do have some probiotics that make it and colonize. Great, right? Maybe not. The issue here is, how do you know you need those particular strains? Your microbiome is made up of trillions of bacteria, and of those trillions of bacteria, there are thousands of different strains. And a healthy microbiome really thrives on diversity, so a variety of strains. So how do you know your body needs those 4 strains that are in that probiotic? You don't. It's a guessing game. Now, maybe you'll be lucky. Maybe your body really does need those 4 strains. And so you're taking that probiotic and things are balanced for a while. But what happens when you keep taking that probiotic over time? Well, eventually you're gonna have too many of those strains. And we always say we have good bacteria, but they're really neutral bacteria. They are good when they are in balance and harmony with each other. But if you have too much of one strain and too little of another, it actually throws off the balance in your microbiome and can actually lead to gut dysbiosis. So the problem with probiotics is, one, you don't know if they're being absorbed in the first place or if your body's just flushing them right out. And if they are being absorbed, you don't know if you need those strains. You don't know if it's actually doing good or doing harm to you. Bottom line, in my clinical practice, I never saw probiotics do much of anything. And even if a probiotic does work, it's only going to work for a temporary period of time. This is why in our practice we put a lot of emphasis on postbiotics instead of probiotics. The postbiotic butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that's produced in your gut when you digest and ferment fiber. And butyrate is really what lays the foundation for a healthy gut. It helps to lower inflammation in the gut, it helps to strengthen and repair the gut lining, and it creates a really healthy gut environment for your microbiome to thrive. So when it comes to healing your gut and really laying the foundation, postbiotics are a much better place to start than probiotics. Now, this next trend I have mixed feelings about, and this is the claim that kombucha heals your gut. Now, the reason I have mixed feelings about this is because I genuinely love kombucha. I drink it every day. I am just one of those weirdos that really likes the way kombucha tastes. And kombucha does have a lot of health benefits, but the claim that it heals your gut is problematic because kombucha does have a downside to it that you need to be aware of. Kombucha is essentially fermented tea, and fermented products do have a lot of gut health benefits. They contain organic acids that can provide mild digestive support. And I do personally feel like I notice this when I drink kombucha. If I have a big meal or if my stomach is feeling a little off after eating, I do feel like a little kombucha helps to improve the way I'm digesting that food. And this is because those organic acids help to stimulate digestion. And kombucha does contain some probiotics. That's why most people drink it, but it's really a very, very small amount of probiotics, and that bacteria is probably not going to stick. It's probably not going to colonize. Like I mentioned with probiotics, it's most likely going to pass right through you. The probiotic content is just not really enough to make a meaningful change in the microbiome. Now, the issue with kombucha, and where you have to be careful, is a lot of kombucha on the market contains a high amount of sugar. And all of that sugar can actually end up feeding things like candida and parasites and pathogenic bacteria in your gut. So if you are drinking a lot of kombucha because of the probiotic content in it, you may end up creating more problems for yourself. So I would recommend like a low sugar kombucha as a digestive aid. And I do think kombucha is a great alternative to soda and beer. I know when I had patients that were trying to like kick a bad soda habit, I'd recommend that they would do kombucha instead. So in that sense, it's a great healthy alternative, but you really want to watch the sugar content and you don't want to consume too much of it. Everything in moderation. So you can think of kombucha as a mild digestive aid, but not a cure-all when it comes to gut health.
Now, this next trend makes my stomach turn, and this is the claim that drinking a tablespoon of olive oil on an empty stomach helps to lubricate digestion, heal the gut lining, and detox the liver. And I don't know where this is coming from. There's literally no clinical evidence that drinking olive oil first thing in the morning will do any of those things. What it most likely will do is make you nauseous and give you some acid reflux. And if you do have any gallbladder issues, please don't do this because it will make it worse. Now, olive oil is a fantastic healthy fat. It's full of polyphenols, which is a great anti-inflammatory, and we know from looking at the Mediterranean diet that it certainly has longevity benefits. And the benefit really comes from cooking with it and consuming it with food, not just taking a shot of it. It's a great base for salad dressing. It's great to actually cook with if you're cooking with low heat. But to receive those anti-inflammatory benefits, you want to be cooking with olive oil, you want to be consuming it with food and not taking it as a supplement. Now, this next trend I've been seeing everywhere, and this is the claim that taking fiber supplements or berberine supplements will act as a natural Ozempic. And this is extremely misleading, so let's clarify this. To be clear, your gut does produce GLP-1 naturally. I've talked about this before. GLP-1 is a hormone that's produced in your gut after you eat, and GLP-1 is responsible for regulating blood sugar, appetite, and insulin. And your own GLP-1 production is very much related to the health of your gut. Now, GLP-1 medications like Ozempic are essentially giving you very high doses of GLP-1 to dramatically reduce your appetite and regulate your blood sugar. And the key here is the medications are giving you higher doses than your body would produce naturally. That's why the weight loss effect is so dramatic. Now, how does berberine or a fiber supplement replace GLP-1 medication? It doesn't. Berberine can help with insulin sensitivity, but it's not a precursor to GLP-1. Berberine can help with insulin sensitivity, but it's not a precursor to GLP-1, and it is certainly not the same as taking a GLP-1 medication. And the idea behind supplementing with fiber in this case is that if you eat a lot of fiber and you are able to digest and break it down properly, that fiber will help produce more butyrate in your body. And the postbiotic butyrate, as I previously mentioned, has a huge impact on gut health. And another thing that butyrate is responsible for is helping your body to release GLP-1 after you eat. The cells that produce GLP-1, which are referred to as L cells in your intestinal lining, the cells that produce GLP-1, which are referred to as L cells in your intestinal lining, are fueled by butyrate. So restoring your butyrate levels is a legitimate science-based method for helping to increase your GLP-1 levels naturally. In fact, low levels of GLP-1 are often associated with low levels of butyrate. So if you are looking for a supplement to help support your natural levels of GLP-1, you would be better off taking a postbiotic like butyrate directly than a bunch of fiber supplements that may or may not raise your butyrate levels. And let me be clear that supplementing with butyrate is not going to be a replacement for a GLP-1 medication. Because again, these GLP-1 medications are giving you much higher amounts of GLP-1 than your body would produce naturally. This is also why they come with a lot of side effects. What butyrate is a great natural alternative. So if you're looking for a natural approach to boost your metabolism and raise your GLP-1 levels, butyrate is a great choice.
What all these trends make clear to me is that everyone is just looking for a quick fix. And I'm sorry to tell you, but when it comes to gut health, you're not going to find a quick fix. Your gut ecosystem is complicated. It's influenced by what you eat, what you drink, the medications you're taking, what you think, your emotional health, your stress levels. All of it plays a profound role when it comes to the health of your gut. And I know that no one wants to hear that there's not an easy solution, especially if you have been struggling with your gut health for years. So I want to leave you with a few simple things that you can do that they're not quick fixes, but they will point you in the right direction. Now, I mentioned the postbiotic butyrate several times throughout this video, and that's because while butyrate is not a quick fix, it really does help to lay the foundation for gut health. It helps to lower inflammation in the gut, it helps to strengthen and repair that gut lining, it improves digestibility and regularity, which is going to make it a lot easier to take in more fiber, and it creates a healthy environment for the gut bacteria to thrive. It also has many benefits beyond the gut. It's great for your brain health, your immune system, especially for autoimmune disease, liver health, heart health, and your metabolism, like I just mentioned. At Healus, my co-founder Brian was one of the first clinicians to work with the postbiotic butyrate in his integrative practice well over 25 years ago at this point. And it really became a foundational product for healing your gut. And this is actually the main reason why we developed our Complete Biotic at Healus, which is our butyrate supplement. We use tributyrin, which is the most bioavailable and stable form of butyrate and allows for delivery in the small and large intestine, so you get optimal absorption. So like I said, butyrate is not going to be a quick fix, but if you're looking to actually heal your gut, it is a great place to start. Now, when it comes to diet, fiber is important, and you can certainly add in chia seeds to increase your fiber, but you also want to get fiber from a variety of sources. And again, you want to take it slow. This is actually why I recommend starting on butyrate first to help lay that foundation, which will help you be able to intake and digest more fiber. And over time, that fiber is really going to help to feed and populate the good bacteria in your microbiome. And if you are looking to heal your gut, in addition to eating more fiber, you want to make sure that you are cutting out inflammatory foods, processed foods, and excess sugar, because all of that is just going to feed the pathogenic bacteria in your gut. This next one is usually the hardest for people, and this is that you really have to start doing something to lower your stress levels. That gut-brain connection is very real. And you can take all the right supplements and you can eat perfectly, but if you are stressed all the time, your gut will pay the price. Okay, this video is already too long, so I will elaborate on all of this more in a future video, but just keep in mind that you're not going to find the secret to healing your gut in a 15-second video. Real healing is almost never going to come from some drink or a hack. Gut health is a journey, and it may take a while, but you can get there. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to learn more about our butyrate supplement, the Complete Biotic, I will link to that in the description. If you have any questions or if you have tried one of these trends, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful